Okay, my name is Zakashi, guys, and in this video here we're going to be doing a chrono crystal guide for the one and only King of Legends Ultra VEGITO Blue. Now, I'm going to be giving you every single way you can get chrono crystals so that you guys can actually increase your odds of getting this guy, getting him just 5 stars or even getting him higher stars. So whichever one it is for you, hopefully this video is helpful. I also want to point out that I'm going to be doing a 24-hour stream on Saturday, assuming my health hits 100 HP. Right now I'm not 100% healthy, but it is what it is. But yeah, hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press that subscribe button, man. We're on this grind to 75,000 subscribers. So if you're new here, you know what to do here. Make sure to press that red button, man. I'm not going to hold you guys up any longer. Let's actually get into the video now. Alright, so the first way we're going to talk about is the raid. The raid gives you up to 700 chrono crystals during this anniversary period. We've had 7 raids and this is going to be the last one. But if you haven't claimed from the last one, you still got 700 there, which I'm going to do after I spend my CC. But yeah, 700 chrono crystals from playing the raid. And then there's the first time challenge clears. Can I actually see them? Yeah, there you go. So raid gives you a bunch of chrono crystals. I don't know why you wouldn't play it. You should definitely just go ahead and play it. I believe you need to get to like part 2 of the story mode to play it though, just to point that out. But outside of that, just use the boost units, get your raid medals, then take them to the exchange shop, and then obviously the non-stop anniversary raid. This last one lasts 2 weeks and you're able to actually get chrono crystals from the step. You're able to get chrono crystals from the actual raid overall. And just to put the icing on the cake, you know, there's Z power. So yeah, definitely play the raid. That's way number 1 of this video. Take that one in. Now this one's not currently out in the game and they haven't made any announcement of it, but there probably is going to be one, and it's probably going to revolve around either Future or Fusion Warriors. So what it is the Legend Battle Royale, and all you have to do is pretty much play PvP. And when you're playing PvP, you actually are able to get these coins, but it's not regular PvP, it's actually some ticket-based PvP that's only available during certain time periods of the day. And then you can take the coins, you see I've got 10 over here from the previous one, and you can take it to this exchange shop and actually get 300 chrono crystals. So 100 costs 2 and you can buy it 3 times. I can't buy it because I'm over 20,000 chrono crystals, but there's some other neat stuff in the exchange shop as well. It's very easy to do. You pretty much just have to play. It's an extra mode that appears here, and it'll literally say Legend Battle Royale. So definitely take advantage of that and definitely play that if it does come up. I'm assuming it's going to be Fusion Warrior or Future, given that Ultra VEGITO Blue has released. This next one is probably one of the most profitable in the game if you haven't done it, but I always advise it for the newer players. If you're a recent player, as in an end game player, so you've been playing for a while, you probably would have already done this, but what you're gonna want to do, damn, I'm starting like crap. You go to Ultra and Sparking on your settings, so definitely set it to those. Press OK. Then you're gonna want to actually change your element over here or whatever it is, the setting on the top left, sorry, to boost panels unlocked. So in this case, it's on the bottom left, unlock boost panels. And this is about soul boosting. So when you soul boost characters, you actually obtain chrono crystals, and I believe you obtain 10 or 20 chrono crystals every single 100 panels. Now, if that's the case, and you're looking at how many characters are in the game just off Sparkings and Ultras, and they all have 426 non-Zenkais, so with Zenkai it's 864, you can imagine how many chrono crystals you can get. Now I want to point out that this does get patched after 200,000 panels, but that's a long way to go if you haven't done this before. And most people don't soul boost anybody they don't use. So what I advise you actually start soul boosting your Ultras, then you start with your Sparkings, then you go to your Extremes and then Heroes until you hit the 200,000. So you can actually get a bunch of chrono crystals. It's very easy to do. Let me use Dragon Fist for example. You press soul boost and you just go to unlock all and you literally just press soul boost. And just like that, I've done 426 just for Dragon Fist. He's not even going to be at the bottom anymore. So yeah, very easy to do. Just do that for all the characters that you can, and then you'll gradually be obtaining chrono crystals and a large amount at that, like a ridiculously large amount. So if you want chrono crystals quick and you're new to the game and you haven't done this, I definitely advise you doing this. If you're wondering where you get them, if you go to the missions, there's a section where it says Z missions and it would appear somewhere here. It's not going to appear for me because I've already done them, but it will be in this section here somewhere. So yeah, the Z missions is where you'd be collecting them. Equipment rolling is for the guys that really don't want to care about anything else besides from getting the unit. So if you just want chrono crystals, you don't care about anything else in game, you can use your slot removers to actually get you chrono crystals. Now how you can do this, you're going to need an equipment like one that I have here. So let's take the Dragon Fist equipment that I have here. It's specifically for Goku, the Super Saiyan 4 LF that has a Zenkai, and as you can see, it's at a Z level. But what's so good about equipments like this is that their third slot come at 3 levels. So you can only get one of the 3 levels, and it doesn't come like other equipments that come percentage based. So you see the first slot here, it comes from 5% to 15% for base health, so on and so forth. So with that being the case, even when I re-roll it, which I'm going to show you right now, even if I get the lowest slot right, if I get the 10% again, it will still stay as a Z, and that would count as me re-rolling the equipment. Now why that's very useful in this case is because every time you get a Z, you actually get 10 chrono crystals, or I believe it's every 10 Zs you get chrono crystals. So if you go to your Z mission, you can see here there's a bunch of equipment missions. Depending on if it's A or higher, there's also Z or higher. So if you keep doing that and just using all your slot removers for the equipment, you'd actually be able to actually get a bunch of chrono crystals as a result. But now with that going forward, you can get slot removers from almost every part of the game, so check every exchange shop. But the most profitable for slot removers is easily the non-stop raid, because they just throw a ton at you right here. So I definitely advise playing the raid if you want slot removers to abuse that method. And if you're wondering where you can get the equips so you can actually continue to abuse the method, just go to Ultimate Equipment Collection in the events where it says upgrade, Ultimate Equipment Collection, and choose one of these with the pictures on them. But not everybody applies. So for example, someone like Margin Vegeta doesn't have that third slot that applies at 3 levels, but a lot of the newer LF Zenkais do. So for example, I already chose Super Saiyan 4 Goku is a good one. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta does as well, I believe. Half Corrupt Zamasu does as well. Just giving you some examples, and you'll be able to tell as well. So let me bring up Bardock's. You can just open it up and you can see it works at a 3 level basis: base health, 5, 10, and then there's a big paragraph for the 3rd level of that equipment. This one here is not one of the best ways, but every chrono crystal counts. So what you're going to be doing is actually worrying about your friendship rank. So in this case, I'm going to change the filter, right? And I've got this team right here which I'm working on, but I tried to get these certain people to friendship rank 10. But in this case, you only have to worry about getting people to friendship rank 2. Every time you go up a friendship rank, you actually get a certain amount of chrono crystals. I think it's either 1 or 3, but it's very easy to do considering that you get Let's Fight every single day. So what you're going to want to actually do is actually build a team like I have right here. So in this case, I've got a full team of Z plus equips with the friendship equipment. It actually increases the amount of friendship equipment, friendship points that I get every time I do a friendship type battle, whether it be a Let's Fight or a story mode. And you can see here, if I apply it to everybody, it actually multiplies, well not multiplies, but it adds to everybody else. So it's good to have 1 on everybody. So you're going to need 3 for each person. Where you can get from the Z medal shop in the exchange shop, so definitely make sure to grab those up and try to Z plus them if you can, especially for the unit you're running. And then what you're going to want to actually do is actually play Let's Fight for units that you haven't leveled up. So over here we got Let's Fight where you can level them up. It's not the only way. You can also level them up from there's an event here that has a path to friendship. There's also an anniversary event that actually gives you friendship points. Let me try to find it. Where is it? I think it might be this. Yeah, this one over here in the 5th thanks for 5 years special event. It's over there. So yeah, and the story mode, there's a specific one where Goku is Super Saiyan 3, I believe. It should be on the screen anyway, so you can just take all those in and actually increase your friendship rank. Only worry about getting them to 2 because it's the fastest and it takes the shortest amount of time, and you can do it for your sparkings or your ultras or your extremes. You can see I've got a lot to do, but I don't really use it that often, but it's something that you can consider and add into your regime every single day in a sense. Next up, the story mode. Now, at least until you complete all of it, is the most profitable way in the game to actually obtain chrono crystals. There's so much chrono crystals available in the story mode, it's actually ridiculous. And just to show you, for example, every single star you see here, so 602, 728, 644, 672, all of them are basically 3 chrono crystals because they're challenges. Not 100%, but yeah, sometimes they're even more. So let me take part 2, which is what I always do. 728 of the stars, 728 times 3, that's 2,184. And that doesn't even include the first time clear. That doesn't include the challenge clear that you get from the Z missions, which is actually very, very effective. Over here, if you go to Z missions, every time you clear a story, you actually get one of these. That doesn't include the special more legends missions that you get for clearing challenges as well. So you can see that story mode is very, very profitable. And if you're not using it, you're just missing out on the biggest source. Now, what I advise you do, if you really want the chrono crystals fast, just play through and don't worry about the challenges. You can come back to the challenges later. I'm personally just OCD, so I like to do everything at once, including the challenges, but you don't have to. I've got a video explaining how you can clear through the story the fastest, but really and truly it's tedious. But it's easily the best way to get chrono crystals, so if you're not using it, you're missing out, man. Alright, so next up we got all the events. So I already spoke about the raid specifically, but there's a bunch of 5th anniversary events and returning events that if you haven't played, you should definitely opt in to get the chrono crystals. Now, the main one I want to talk about is the raging battle. They're actually giving chrono crystals for every 5 battles, I believe, and I just did the first 5 so I can show you get quite a bit for your first time clear. You get 50 and you got some challenges that you can complete as well. So definitely opt in to playing the raging battle because it's actually going to give you a bunch of chrono crystals. Outside of that, I want to also advise that you should also prioritize things in a certain order. So in this case, you want to think about actually what has a time on it. So in this case, you can see 13 days, 16 days, 13 days, 6 days. You might want to play the things that have a time on it of running out soon. Anniversary Tower, for example. Some things don't give you CCs, like the Ultra Space Time Rush, so don't prioritize those. And the original series over here, these don't leave, so there's no timer on them, so you shouldn't rush them. And even some things over here, they don't give you chrono crystals. For example, the Super Zenny bonus battles, you don't get chrono crystals from clearing the challenges on these, so you shouldn't rush them. There is also some of the special section, and lots of these don't run out as well. They literally just stay. This only says 3 days because you have to get keys for it, but most of these stay, so you don't have to worry about it. This looks like it's actually disappearing though, but I'm just going to point out that it's about prioritizing, but also making sure you clear everything. You could probably do it all if you just played through, but it might take you a couple hours. But with that being the case, regardless, just make sure to play the events because it will actually give you a bunch of chrono crystals. Next up, we got PvP. Now PvP is a very effective way and a consistent way of getting chrono crystals, simply because you're always guaranteed to get at least 1,000 if you play seriously for every 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks. So in this case, if we actually go to the details, you can see it's actually 2,000 chrono crystals. It's a double reward season. But even if you get to the top 10,000, right, which is what I'm advising you to aim for, you can still get up to, I believe, maybe 1,900. So depending on where you rank in your group for first, and then depending on where you land in the world, you'd actually be able to get a certain amount of chrono crystals. Now, PvP takes a bit of investment, so I definitely advise that you actually build a decent team so you can actually compete. But outside of that, once you do make a good team, you just need to up your skill, then you'd be able to actually get a consistent 1,000 chrono crystals at the minimum every 2 weeks. In this case, like I just showed you, it's 2,000. Then depending on where you rank in your group, you could get even more. So yeah, definitely grind PvP. At least try to make one team, stick to one team, try to make one good team. Teams I would advise: Movies, Future, USS now is an amazing team. And I would like to say Fusion Warriors, but they're super expensive, so I wouldn't say to invest in that from the jump. But if you can build it over time, it would be a good team to invest in, because they're always bound to get buffs that are just insane, such as Ultra VEGITO Blue, who you're looking for right now. It's wild. In the same way I just explained PvP, Tournament Power pretty much applies the same way, but it's never really double rewards. I don't think I've ever seen it be double rewards, but you can get 1,000 chrono crystals every single time, every single 2 weeks specifically, that there's a season for Tournament Power, just for pressing a few buttons. It's a lot less complicated. Well, I wouldn't really say it's a lot less complicated, but you have to worry about a lot less. But what you want to consider more heavily than anything else is to not die. If you die, you won't be able to get the amount of rewards that you want. In this case, it's 1,000 every time. You also get 100 depending on your point range. Then you also get like 300 when you reach the top, I think. So that's pretty good. And now I'll show you what team I'm using, but I'm not advising you to copy my team. It's just because I've got equips that are pretty much maxed out, so my team regeneration works, because the units don't die, they heal up, and that's the most important thing. But if you actually look at the people at the top ranks, you should probably just copy one of their teams, and then you'd actually do pretty good. If you want to join my Discord server, or you want to join Pomzel's Discord server, or you want to watch Asdeek on YouTube, you could actually get the routes there. My Discord link is in the description. Pomzel is a content creator. He has a great server for TOP, so you can definitely go over to his server, and Asdeek does some YouTube videos on it. I'm not a TOP merchant, and I don't know much about it, but I do enough so I can actually get to top 10,000, or at least enough to get 1,000 CC every single season, the same way I do with PvP, which is very, very consistent. So every 2 weeks, 1,000 CCs my way. I need that. Now, a lot of people sleep on hyperdimensional co-op, but I always advise people to play it because it's just part of your dailies. Now, you can do all the challenges, right, and get your first time clears and whatnot, and then you could actually get chrono crystals that way. But when you're actually doing this every single day, you'd be racking up your dual coins, and with your dual coins, you can actually go to the dual coin exchange shop and actually get up to 300 chrono crystals using 4,500 dual coins. So in this case, it's 1,500 for 100, and you can only buy it 3 times, which amounts to 4,500, which is also 300 chrono crystals worth. So yeah, it's not the greatest amount, but when you're being stingy about what you're trying to get chrono crystals from, you're not going to be racking up your chrono crystals, are you? And there's also the first time clears for the lower difficulties, so you don't really have to do much really. It's just tedious to play every single day, I know, but it is getting your chrono crystals up, so definitely do make sure to play it. Next up, we got the mission plan. Now, the mission plan, in my opinion, is easily the most best thing to buy in terms of if you want to be paid to win. But even if you're not paid to win, you can still get 500 chrono crystals for completing it. You should always opt in for the Battle Lovers plan because it's the most profitable. Any other mission plan, there's 2 others. I don't even know the names of them. That's how often I pick Battle Lovers plan. You literally get way less chrono crystals, and you're already getting a small amount when you actually have the Battle Lovers plan. even at a normal level. But if you get the premium, you can get 2,000 every 14 days. But without the premium, you can only get 500. So if you're free to play, you still get 500 chrono crystals. But if you're gonna buy anything in the game in terms of being paid to win, I definitely advise the mission plan over anything else. It's the most profitable, and considering it's the cheapest as well, you can actually get a bunch of chrono crystals quickly. 1,500 extra. Come on, man. It just tells you a description here, by the way, if you're wondering what this button does. But yeah, I've already done mine, and I need to wait for the 7 days for it to finish so that I can really get the 2,000 chrono crystals through my next mission plan, through the Battle Lovers plan. Next, we got your daily missions. Now, every 14 days, you can get 1,000 chrono crystals. A very long time ago now, it never used to be like this. You'd literally just be getting your dailies, and day by day it'd be a whole separate day. But now you actually get rewarded by consistently logging in every single day. So every 14 days you'd get a total of 1,000 chrono crystals. So if you want to actually get rewarded a good amount of chrono crystals for the time that Ultra VEGITO Blue is going to be in the game, let me actually check that so I can actually 14 days, right? In 14 days you can get 1,000 chrono crystals if you're serious about your dailies. So definitely just do your daily missions. I've already done mine, but they're not hard, sorry. Literally just play PvP or co-op, clear bonus battles, spend a certain amount of energy. Very easy to do. It's not hard, man. Definitely go ahead and do the dailies. But also on top of that, the login bonus, it comes with it. So if you actually want to change it, you go to other, then you go to, I believe, status, and then from the status you can actually change your login bonus. So if I go to change over here, I always pick chrono crystals anyway, but you go ahead and pick these two because I have the mission plan, I mean the legends pass. But then on top of that, you could also get the chrono crystals from the spinny thing for the anniversary, and then the random occasion they might give you chrono crystals for this logging in consistently. So yeah, being consistent playing the game every single day is a big factor to getting chrono crystals. Shock, right? Big shock. But yeah, you gotta be consistent to get the chrono crystals up, man, with this method here. Now, I don't like bringing this one up, but it is what it is. RNG, if you don't know what RNG is, it stands for random number generator, and what it implies is that your luck is what comes from generated numbers that the computer just generates. So if you get lucky when you summon, it's based on RNG. It's just number games. When you actually go to the shop in the first time of a login every single day, there's like a free gift. You can get chrono crystals from that. So if you're lucky, you can get chrono crystals. In the treasure battle, I believe you can get chrono crystals as well if you check the item list. In this case, it's the blessed bouquet, but obviously from that you could also get chrono crystals in the exchange shop. Let me actually find where it is. I think I scrolled past it. Yeah, the treasure battle. You can see chrono crystals there. So outside of the anniversary, it would just usually be a chance for you to get chrono crystals there. There's also the adventures that you can do on the weekend. There's a specific one that you can get chrono crystals from that. There's the RNG spin thing when you log into the game. There's a lot of RNG factors on right now in the game, I'm not going to lie. Does Hoi Poi even give you an opportunity to get chrono crystals? Let's look at the item list. Is it possible? I want to see the item list. I've got a lot, damn. Item list over here. Yeah, there we go. They took out the chrono crystals, but there's Z power. There used to be chrono crystals in the Hoi Poi, but yeah, as you can see, there's quite a few areas in the game where RNG applies, and that's basically just a factor of your luck. Are you lucky or are you not? If you're lucky, you might get chrono crystals from one of those factors. If you're not, then you won't, and it's just simple as that. It's completely out of your control, unfortunately, but you should take the opportunity to just make sure you press those things and participate in those things in case you do get lucky. Now, the last thing for this video is the shop. I always mention the shop just in case anybody wants to decide to become pay to win, and if you don't, that's cool, but it is an option, and especially because Ultra VEGITO Blue's in the game, he's a very popular character. A lot of people might consider actually diving into the realm of pay to win, so I'm going to advise for you what would be the best things to buy. So the silver digger robot is good. I would also say the red digger robot is good, but the red digger robot gives you less chrono crystals over a longer period of time, which is annoying. The silver one, it costs double or a bit more, and it actually gives you more chrono crystals over a shorter period of time. So you can see it's just better in both ways. There's also the mission plan I already spoke about. That's very good. The cheap 1,000 chrono crystal sale here is very, very good. There's the weekend sale because it also gives you Z power, but it's a bit expensive. For the most of your money, there's usually these ones here. It gives you a lot of chrono crystals, but it's expensive. But again, there's the cheaper options like I've showed you, so definitely be sure to probably consider the mission plan if you want chrono crystals the fastest. and to get a large amount. Then outside of that, I'd probably go the silver digger robot. But yeah, man, if you can't tell, I've literally been dying this whole video, and I'm literally just fighting for my life to get this video out so that I can actually just rest for the rest of the day. But nonetheless, I'm doing this because I want to. I will get some rest, I will get better, so don't worry about me too much. For some reason my eye is watering, and I've been ill for maybe like 2 days, but my eye wasn't watering the other day, and my nose is running a lot now. So just hopefully I get better. Pray for me or something, I don't know. But yeah, I'm praying for you as well. Hopefully you get Ultra VEGITO Blue, the unit that you want. Good luck on your summons. Again, I'm going to be doing a 24-hour stream on Saturday, assuming that I'm well. So definitely tune into that. But I'm going to leave the video like this, man. Good luck, everybody saving or summoning, whatever you're doing. I appreciate you guys for watching. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.